Hip-hop since 1987.com.
Terrell Thomas, we're live right here, ATL, downtown ATL, at the iHeart Media building. And I'm with a gentleman, I want to call you a friend, a mentor, an OG to myself and a lot of people in the game. Goes by the name of DJ Scream. How you feeling today, good sir?
What up, man? It's a beautiful Monday, you know what I'm saying? We just wrapped up a real dope situation with Zaytoven right up here, real exclusive, you know what I mean? And it's a beautiful Monday, man. We get into it.
Now, it's been great watching the evolution of your career. We're here right now, as I just mentioned, the iHeart Media facilities, and you're doing your thing right now, 96.7 The Beat.
Yep.
Talk to me about this situation and how everything came to light for you.
Man, it was crazy. I was doing a lot of touring, obviously, you know, putting out some records and just doing multiple things. And I was already kind of in transition from the last radio station situation, trying to figure it out. Still had a serious show, which is Saturday nights, you know what I'm saying? That's 10 years running right now, so that's my baby. But, you know, they approached me and offered me a platform to do Hoodrich Radio, a localized version, Monday through Friday, so which is the evening drive, you know what I mean? And, you know, at first I had to think about it because, like I was telling you off record, like I've never come somewhere every day. Like I'm always used to doing something different. But it's created a certain structure. A lot of the interviews have been amazing. The team I have around me is amazing. And the thing is, I don't feel like we've even got started yet. So it's a very supportive brand. You know what I'm saying? I understand why it's such a prestigious brand. And to kind of put Hoodrich with that iHeart brand was just a dope move.
So talk to me, as you mentioned, you've been doing a lot of touring. You did a lot of things in the game. You're definitely one of the pioneers here for getting Atlanta's sound out, DJing all across the nation. Now doing things as a radio personality and still a DJ. What are you thinking of Atlanta's movement and the current sound that we have going on? You know, that, as I mentioned, you're well known with the Gucci's, the T.I.'s. You did your thing with MMG, with Ricky Ross, helping Wale and Meek Mill get off the ground. Now it's a new day here in Atlanta. Of course, the OGs are still doing their thing. We still hear plenty of stuff from Grand Hustle, from T.I., from Gucci. As you mentioned, we just wrapped up something very dope with Zaytoven. But there's some new kids, the new class, the Hoodrich Pablos, the Gunners, Lil Babies, a lot of young cats who are making themselves well known here. Migos are still continuing to do their thing. What are your thoughts on the new wave of Atlanta sound?
I love it, man. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta has been a force to be reckoned with for a while. I remember when there wasn't a hip hop station here, and you had to like wait for Stretch and Barbito tapes to get mailed down, or I had to, you know, 88.5, the college radio station, shouts to them, Randall Moore, Talib Shabazz, the whole crew. And then it was just Booty Shake. Like, when we finally did get a radio show, it was like Booty Shake. You can hear shouts to Navs, Edward J. here, play Booty Shake. Then when we finally saw Outkast, it was like, oh, wow. Like, they rapping, they're from Atlanta, and they're on Rap City. Like, is this real? Is this a joke? So it evolved from, like, Goody Mob, Outkast, I don't want to forget anybody. Then your Pastor Troy's, your Oak Camps, then your Lil Johns, and your T.I.'s, and Jeezys, everybody you name, the Scrappies, and so forth. And the common narrative, I'm just going to be completely honest, in travel and talking to a lot of press and media, and I've had heated debates on dinner tables and everything with a lot of media, was, oh, that shit ain't going to last. It can't last, right? But what I tell people is I think that when you look at the culture, when you look at Gunna, Pablo, or Lil Baby, and they're putting out on social media, hey, I got a project, we're going to do a project, we're going to do a tour, they're just having fun. You know what I'm saying? And that's the essence of everything hip-hop and the culture. Like, it's just having fun. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at LA at its peak, per se, and they still have some great artists, it's just Death Row Records. And if you go look at their documentary, we didn't know what we was doing. We just in there getting high, having fun. So I think that, you know, when you look at the new wave, and there's been so many waves, Future and 2 Chainz was supposed to be the last wave. T.I. and Jeezy was the last wave. The snap, oh, it's over after this snap shit. Oh, it's over. Okay, no, it's mumble rap. They can't, like, come on, bro. It has to come to a certain point, not to use the sports analogy, where it's like, look, the Patriots gonna do what the Patriots gonna do. Atlanta gonna do what they gonna do in music. We might not do it in football all the time, but we're gonna do it in music. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it.
Now, I also got to ask you, what's going on with the Hoodrich brand and the Hoodrich movement? For years, many of y'all know I'm from the Philadelphia area. Before coming here to Atlanta, though, when we picked up our mixtapes and we wanted to hear some music, Hoodrich, Hoodrich, you still hear the sound. The movement is still here and growing. This is evidence. So what's new and what's next for you guys?
It's so many people to name, man. You know, DJ wise, you know, the evolution of Spins and what he's done from a production standpoint.
Spins, definitely.
You know, Hoodrich King, Benz, Swamp Izzo. And I hate to start naming names because then it's like if they're watching, oh, he's not gonna name me. Like we have a blessed circle of DJs, a blessed circle of producers that done amazing things. Shouts to Danny Wolf, Spiffy Global, Dirty Costello. Shouts to the Hoodrich radio team that holds me down from Kodak to Nisa Brene to Hoodrich Crystal to Moran to, if I forgot somebody, sorry. Pretty Boy Tank, C Blends. It's like, I think our brand has always been one that's for the people and to give people opportunity. So we've given a lot of people fair opportunity when a lot of other people wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the type of person, if I can just read your energy and feel like you're a good person. Are you the most talented person? You may or may not be, but you can kind of mold that. But if you're a good person and we can be loyal to each other, shouts to Amber J. Princess Cut. I'm naming people as they come, so because I know they're gonna see this. Then you know we build together. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful for the youth that I have around me on a daily basis because they give me a different mentality and a different way to look at things. You know what I'm saying? In the same respect, I'm giving them OG game. Like, look, don't do this. Don't bump your head. You don't have to bump your head. Like, take the shortcut. Go around this way. Like, oh, I didn't know there was a shortcut. Everybody told me to go this way in traffic. No, you can get off right here and take the shortcut. You feel what I'm saying? So we kind of traded off. And then the brand is stronger than ever. Shouts to Hoodrich Rip, you know, the founder of the whole situation. And we talk every morning. Shouts to Mixtape Kitchen Nate. Pablo, very, very, very impressed by what Pablo has done. A lot of most that is him. You know what I'm saying? I tell people that all the time. Like, he's a visionary. And we have so much more coming. You know what I'm saying? There's so much. There's never a shortage of music. So when people ask me, well, what do y'all have? Well, how much? We have hard drives of music. You know what I'm saying? I have albums. We and you spoke about the album last time we spoke that never came out. Like, I have the music is just the music. So I think the goal is to at this point continue to, you know, give young tastemakers an outlet to be the best they can be.
One of the things I genuinely love about you, man, when I was getting into the sports realm and trying to get people to understand, like, yo, sports is hip-hop. You know, athletes want to be rappers, rappers want to be athletes. You know, you were one of the first people to kind of be like, that brother knows what he's talking about and whatnot. We have a lot of sports conversations on camera and off camera. The Atlanta Hawks are moving in a new direction. New head coach, black guy, African-American guy, young guy, Coach Pierce. The Coach Bud era is over. Hawks have the 3rd pick in the draft this year. What do you think about the future of the Hawks? And if you were the GM, who would you take with that number 3 pick?
I'm not going. I would be sitting here lying to you. I didn't watch as much college basketball as I would like. I know some of the names, but I didn't watch a lot of college basketball this year. It's very frustrating. I was sitting down telling my partner the other day. I was like, so we had Al Horford, Jeff Teague, we still have Schroeder, DeMar Carroll. Name them, right? Cal Korver,
with the Cavs, right?
All these people, and then I go to sleep, and then, you know, the first thing I do after I pray and brush my teeth is check sports. We're getting rid of everybody for Dwight Howard. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? So I think that we've consistently set ourselves back 5 years with certain moves. Like Joe Johnson set us back a decade. That budget set us back a decade.
I agree.
We could have had a whole. That could have been a whole bench.
He was one of the first $100 million contracts.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, and then we haven't had a pure leader and star of our team since Dominique Wilkins, in my opinion. So I think in seeking for that 3rd pick, it might not be there because it's still a lottery. That's why they call it that. Like, it may or may not connect. You know what I'm saying? Some of the guys that are connecting this year, they didn't think, they're like, oh, wow, he connected. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we need to be searching for leadership. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody that can truly lead the team. And say, for instance, Draymond Green is the leader. We hate all the BS, but he's the hey, y'all get up. It's time to play. So we don't have that. Like, and but we had some good quality players. So, like I'm saying, like Al Horford. Now you look at him at the Celtics. You look at Kyle Korver. We know what Korver's there for. He's just there to shoot threes. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a frustration. But I love the Atlanta Hawks. I own their apparel, and I will support them. But I am very frustrated sometimes when it comes to the Atlanta Hawks. I hope they do the right thing. I hope that the coaches say. I don't think Bud was a bad coach.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? I think that they didn't give him enough time with a certain team to build the chemistry that they needed to. It's a hell of a accomplishment to have the best record in the league and go to the Eastern Conference Finals and last 5-6 games they lasted.
No, they got swept.
They got swept?
Yeah, we ain't talk about that.
Well, that's not the greatest accomplishment. But we made it to the party. You know what I'm saying? We ain't party long. We had one drink. We passed out. But, hey, we made it to the party. So, I hope we can get it together. You know what I'm saying? Shouts to the Atlanta United right now. They're really holding us down.
They are holding the city down.
So
what are your thoughts about the soccer movement being here in Atlanta?
I love soccer as a partial African, Ghanaian, heritage. Like, I'm usually alone when it comes to, like, watching the World Cup. Like, okay. It's just me. And everybody's like, how are you watching soccer? It's just me. So I love it, man, and I'm glad that there's a soccer team here. I think that outside of the fact that it's a good soccer team and it brings a new energy, I think that it's super dope that it brings so many coaches together. Sold out games week after week. And it's just all these cultures together. You know what I'm saying? And it shows that a multicultural situation can come together. It's not about the anthem or not the anthem or this or that or this or that or that or that. It's just, everybody's just going and having fun and they can just enjoy it. So I think it's dope, and I think that I think this is a very critical year for the Falcons. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think about Calvin Ridley? And
I think it's amazing. I think it's an amazing pick. Very good route runner. You know what I'm saying? From what I could tell from the press, level-headed, which is important to play in Atlanta because it's easy to get sucked into a lot of other things. But this is a critical year for us because we all know that at the end of this year, there's a lot of contracts coming up. So that means somebody got to go, especially when we just gave a big piece of our pie to our quarterback so somebody got to go.
Can you see the Falcons possibly, every year is to talk about, is this going to be the first team that's hosting the Super Bowl, to play in the Super Bowl? Now, I'm biased. I think my Eagles are going to find a way to get back there. But will we see the Falcons coming out the tunnel at Mercedes-Benz Stadium next February?
Well, everything's always a possibility. Last year, there were some things that happened. When you're in the NFC and the Seahawks don't make it, that's a blessing.
That surprised a lot of folks.
When you're in the NFC and Aaron Rodgers gets hurt, that's another light. We don't want anybody to get hurt, but a lot of things happen. We lost a lot of games we should have won.
I agree.
There was a lot of balls dropped, literally, and we were supposed to do better with that. AFC, was it North or East? The Miami Jets.
Yeah, that started the debacle. Miami coming back in that second half, and it was downhill sledding from there.
We were supposed to be better. So, but I will say this for the Falcons squad. I don't think there was a Super Bowl hangover. Like most teams have a Super Bowl hangover when they lose. I don't think there was a Super Bowl hangover. Like they stood up, and Philly was the best coach team. Period. That just I saw it when I saw it, and I was like, for us to have a Julio Jones, Devontae Freeman, Matt Ryan, and we're not going to put up at least 15 points. We're going to lose. So I salute Philly for what they did from when they lost Carson Wentz. I tweeted it. It's over. All y'all Philly fans, it's over. Nick Foles, it's over.
I think Kodak felt the same way. Shout out to Kodak in the background. Good brother. We do a lot of sports talk as well.
And then, when when y'all came and handed us ass on the platter, not kicked our ass, but beat us fair and square. And I was like, yo, you know what? This coach understands. This is a system. This is not about Carson Wentz. This is a system, and they're playing together. And even in the Super Bowl, I remember I said, this is going to come down to one big defensive play. Now, I don't know if what side of the ball is going to happen, but this is going to come down to one big defensive play. And the Eagles did it, man. And I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm happy for them. They earned it. And we'll see what happens this year. I don't think they're going to have a Super Bowl hangover either, but I think y'all division is going to tighten up. Jerry Jones don't like that type of stuff.
I'm looking forward to it.
He's losing sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we kick off the season together on September 6th. The Atlanta Falcons and the Eagles in Philly, so it'll be a great start for both teams. I honestly could see us in the championship game this season. I really can. I think Aaron Rodgers, as you mentioned, it is a blessing when he's not at full at full capabilities to do his thing. He's a phenomenal talent. Seattle, I think they're not rebuilding, but I don't think they're going to be the same Seattle that we've seen in the future. And I think we need to watch out for the Rams in San Francisco. I think they're going to be two teams that we got to, keep our eyes on. But I see the Falcons in Philly, a Birds championship game.
I'm going to be honest, the only other team, and it just pains me to say this, the only other team that might have been able to take that Lombardi, and it shows you one play, if Stephon Diggs doesn't catch that ball and burn the Saints, it's a whole.
They looked good, yeah.
It might be a whole different conversation. It might be a whole different conversation because they know how to win Super Bowls. Breeze and the coach, I forget his name, but Sean Payton, yeah. So yeah, very excited about it. You know what I'm saying? Got a football podcast that's coming out of season 1, going into season 2. We're gonna revamp and then make it even bigger, and yeah, just excited about it, and excited to see how the rest of the NBA season goes too.
So if you had to give your NBA predictions, I'm glad you gave us a segue into that.
Warriors in 6.
Warriors in 6, just period. You see,
in
Warriors in 6. So what's next here for you, man? DJ Scream. I mentioned the evolution has been phenomenal. We're here right now, 96.7 the beat. What's next with you in music? Do you have any projects that you're working on, or what's next here for you at the station?
Still consistently working on music. Always in the studio, working on different things. From the radio standpoint, the show is consistently getting bigger. The brand is expanding. I know people are starting to see more of the YouTubes and the interviews. We're gonna diversify some of the interviews and the guests that we're having coming up soon. So it's we have to. It's Hoodrich Radio, so we have to take care of the streets and the artists and the rappers and so forth. And we have plenty of models, thanks to Kodak, a couple porn stars. But we're gonna diversify, open it more. You know what I'm saying? One of my goals is to interview a couple politicians locally. You know what I'm saying? I hopefully at this event we'll get a chance to meet Keisha Bottoms and just discuss some of the things in the city that I feel like we need to discuss from another standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Shouts to all the people that do press and media and interviews out there, but some of them come from, okay, this is the mayor, so we got to keep it. It's not like I'm going to ask the mayor about certain things, you know what I'm saying? But just from another standpoint, like, yo, I know that everybody wants to know about this, but what about our education? What about the roads? What about the potholes? What about what about the things that it might seem petty, but these people care about? Like, what about their security? What about the people that are from here? Even though there's a lot of people move here, we embrace it. What about the people that are from here that want to secure themselves and make sure that they're gonna have a job at wherever, or that they'll be okay? The natives, you feel what I'm saying? So, that's just part of the stuff that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I've dove all the way into media, and when I made the decision to come and do this every day, like I was telling you again, like every day, you feel what I'm saying? Then I said, okay, I have to dive all the way in. The same way that I dove into mixtapes. Like everybody's like, yo, how did you do so many mixtapes? I did them every day. Not maybe a Sunday, cool. I did them every day. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like that's just part of what you have to do. If you look like one of my inspirations on the ground is Antonio Brown. He does something football every day. It doesn't matter. Every day it can be a one-handed push-up, which I don't know how the hell he does that. One-handed push-up, Pilates, or whatever the hell he does. Like, you have to really go into what you do and embrace it and love it if it's paying you $1 or $1 billion. You feel what I'm saying? So that when that time comes, when they call Sway to say, can you interview Obama? Can you handle that? You got to be ready for it. You feel what I'm saying? So that's kind of where I am now. Media is definitely one of my priorities. But of course, Hoodrich and the brand is also a priority, and making sure that everything we have going from a production and a label standpoint continues to rise as well.
When I'm riding around or when I'm chilling and hanging out and I want to listen to something good, when can I check you out on the radio here in Atlanta and on iHeart Media as well?
Right here in Atlanta, turning 96.7 to be 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. iHeart Radio. You can get the app. If you're not, if something's up with your car or something, you can get the app and hear us Monday through Friday. And then Saturday, it still stands. You can hear us raw, uncut, uncensored, straight to the point. Sirius XM Hip Hop Nation, 10 p.m. Eastern every Saturday night. That's when we really, really let it loose. You dig?
Let our viewers know where they can check you out via social media and stay in tune with your movement.
DJ Scream on the Twitter, DJ Scream on the Instagram. And if I can't get DJ Scream, I don't want the social media. So type in DJ Scream.
Terrell Thomas with the one and only DJ Scream. Once again, man, thank you for all you
Always,
do. For
always,
me personally,
always
for the
much
culture,
love.
like, thank
Yes.
you for all that you do, man.
Thank you.
Shout out to Kodak in the back. If y'all don't know him already, real good brother. He does a lot here.
Coming
Also
to a
does
bar near you.
also does a lot in the sports realm. Shout out to that brother. Stay tuned. It's gonna be a lot more coming from DJ Scream.
Hip hop since 1987.com.